Hello there, and welcome back to Pallegney. So it's June, which means it is the start of harvest season. This month, I think we're going to have just our 2 barley fields to harvest, but one of them is a fairly large field. So we will be getting enough barley to get the 100 male roosters for the next level of our VIP order. So they are going to need to be kept for 12 months. I'll have to see how long we need to keep them for. I think you might buy them at 6 months, so we'll need to keep them for 6 months until they're old enough to be sold. On the topic of VIP orders, the last male Steinschaft ram was sold overnight, so we're just waiting for these female sheep to get to their selling age now. And if we take a look at our animals, looks like our chickens could do with some food, so about 7,500 litres of barley for our chickens. Our goats and our sheep are just fine, but these sheep, they'll be sold in 3 months. So once we have gotten the barley out of the field, we'll grab the 100 roosters and we will be able to feed them for the 6 months until they are ready to be sold. Something we also need to do is spray the soybean field we planted last month for weeds. I'm pretty sure it's going to have weeds if we just check the map here. Yeah, we're going to need to spray this for weeds. So what I think I'll do is go around the headland of this smaller barley field with the harvester, set it loose on a worker, quickly run over here, get this field sprayed for weeds, and then by the time this is done, this will hopefully be done as well, and then we can move on to this field here. And if we have some time later today, we will look at turning some of the grass bales we have into silage in preparation for our incoming cows. So with all that said, let's do our usual morning whip over the fence and let's grab our harvester and get over to the first barley field. I did notice as we jumped over the fence that the trailer has managed to successfully face the other way again. So we're going to have to jump out. I'm going to have to just put super strength on for a second while I drag it out. Come on, mister. It's time for you to get in the field. Quickly jump back in and connect to it before it disappears back into the corner again. Come on, over you come. There we go. Okay, I'm going to detach the trailer over here so that we're not blocking parts of our field with it. We'll get the header attached and then we can just drive across the bridge there and get started with the harvesting. So we'll unfold the harvester, make sure we're set to swathing. I think this is the first time we've created swaths with this harvester because so far we've only been harvesting sorghum with it. So let's lower the header and make a start on this barley field. Should make much bigger swaths because the working width is considerably wider. Okay, I'll get some of this work done and I will rejoin you in a little while. Okay, so we're nearing our first trailer load of barley from this first field here. And something I did just remember is that, of course, I forgot to feed the animals. So the first place I'm going to be going with this load is over to the pigsty for, I think, around 6,000 litres. Is it 6,000? Yeah, because the sorghum is 12,000. So over to the pigsty with 6,000 litres, over to the chicken coop with as much as it will take, and then I'll dump the rest in the silo. Fortunately, both of those still had a little bit of grain left, so the animals won't be perishing. I'm such a terrible animal parent, aren't I? And also, hope maybe this month we'll be able to get some straw for our pigs and our sheep and goats. We'll rent the straw blower. I might buy the straw blower, we'll see. Okay, let's offload the barley. So 27,600 we'll stop at. There we go, that'll do. Give them a little bit more. And then over to our chicken coop. We'll get our chickens fed. Okay, let's dump as much in here as we can. And then the rest can go in storage. Just before we do dump the rest in storage, I want to see how much we actually had left from last year. Because we just had... Did we have just one field last year or two? I don't remember. I think we just had the one last year, didn't we? Let's take a look. So we have 13,000 litres left from last year, which is just perfect. So I'm actually thinking that maybe 13,000 litres in our grain mill. This isn't even the full harvest from the first field, and we have another whole field to go. And I think we're only going to be using about 50,000 litres for our animals. So let's dump this in here. And then we can start our flour production again. We go down to our productions here. We can leave that active because that won't be inactive, because we'll be producing bread very soon. We'll put our barley flour on. Something I did do in between episodes, I topped up water in our 2 greenhouses and in our potato processing. Just went backwards and forwards to the lake a couple of times for each facility and made sure that was topped up. So just to keep you updated on that. Okay, back over to the field. What I'm thinking is... Firstly, I'd like to upgrade our trailer to go with the bigger fields, because I don't want to be going backwards and forwards to the farm too much. Although we'll see how frustrating it becomes with the barley field, but I would really ideally like not to be going backwards and forwards to the farm. We will see about that though. And also something I'm thinking is maybe upgrading our windrower. Because if I'm thinking about it correctly, the header is a 12-meter header and the windrower is 12 meters. So in theory, that means that the windrower won't be wide enough to do 2 separate rows. We'll have to see when we get it out, but we may look at upgrading the windrower to something a little wider, just so that it can capture 2 rows at once rather than just the one. Okay, I'm going to empty the harvester just before I go into the other field, because I know it won't make it around the headland if I don't do that. So we'll get this emptied. If I remember right, when we had sorghum in this field last year, our harvester made it around the headland and it was 99% full. So we're definitely not going to make it around the headland with barley, because I think barley's much higher yielding. But we will see. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up the hill first, and then I'll go around that way. I did notice that this harvester was really struggling on the uphill section of that field next to us there. Definitely makes me think I should have gotten the more powerful version, but I'm not going to do that at this point, because I think that's another 40,000 or so euros, and as I mentioned before, when I first noticed it, it would be a nice to have, but not something that's a priority, especially not with the incoming cows. Maybe next year, once we have gotten our cows and we're well on our way to our next level of VIP order, maybe we can look at doing it then. We will see. Okay, so second load of barley from our fields, so that makes it's almost a full load, so it's pretty much a full load with the exception of about 650 litres, so we'll call it a full load. So that's 33,600, 67,200 in total. I think we're probably going to get at least 3 more full loads out of that field. I would say so. Yeah, so 3 more full loads, it's going to be at least another 100,000. So we can definitely say we are rolling in barley. Let's take a look at our animals quickly. Pigs, our pigs are doing just fine. They have enough of everything. They will need some more sunflowers soon. Our chickens are doing just fine. And what I'm thinking I might do right now is actually buy some more chickens. So if we go to our VIP orders, so we just need 100 male roosters. So we go into our animal dealer here, to the chicken coop. Looks like one of our chickens has perished, and likely from old age. I did notice that some of our chickens are approaching 100 months old, so they are likely perishing of old age at this point. What I think I might do actually is let's pick up these roosters, 6 months old. So we'll get 60 of them. And then we'll get another 40. That makes the 100. And let's check to see how much their consumption is now. So it's 5,000 litres a month. Wow, with those 100 roosters. Okay, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Unfortunately, the capacity of the chicken coop is only 9,000 litres, so we're going to have to remember to feed them every month. But that's okay, it's needed for the next 6 months. And something else I was going to do, if I allow automatic reproduction, because some of our older chickens here, if we look here, 99 months old, 69 months old, they're probably not going to last that long. So what I think I might do is wait until these breed some baby chicks, and then I will get rid of some of the older chickens. And I'll also put it on allow overcrowding, so I just need to remember to check that in 2 months. Okay, back over to our barley field. I'm sure our artificially intelligent friend is nearing a full load again, so let's go check on them. Oh, just as I say, it pops up in the top right there. So yes, they have a completely full load again. Doesn't take long to fill up that harvester, even though it has a pretty big tank. And what did that take actually? Would be a good measure for checking how quickly it fills. So it went down the field and up the field, and that's all it managed before it got full. So we probably have, oh, it wasn't quite that, because we came up we did a little bit at the bottom, and we also came up the side of the field. So I would say probably 3 passes of the field is enough to fill it up. So 3 more passes will fill this trailer, so that'll take it down there a little bit. I would say, yeah, at least 2 more trailer loads of barley to come out of this field. Okay, this is under control, so let's switch off our tractor, or actually let's move our tractor out of the way, because otherwise Mr. Artificially Intelligent there will start crying when it gets to the other end, saying, I can't get there, your tractor's in the way. Help me, help me. Let's take a look at how our sprayer has done with the soybean field. So if we go up here, look at the weeds, actually completed most of it. There's a little patch up the end here, which I don't think I'll bother with, but I will grab this little piece here. It's just on the way out of the field, so it won't take too long. And then I think I will maybe take care of liming the grass fields with our spreader and this tractor, because I did notice that the pH level had decreased to an unacceptable level. So we'll take care of that. Okay, so it looks like our harvester is done. Done a pretty good job there, hasn't missed any pieces, so we'll get the barley emptied into the tractor and the tractor over to the silo, and we'll see exactly how much barley we've made. So we didn't quite get to that third full trailer load, but we're not far off. So 2.5 trailer loads off this field alone, I think, approximately. So just put the cruise control back up to full speed. We'll send this back over to the farm on a worker. And let's get our harvester packed away. So from liming the grass field, I realised that it doesn't matter if you lime after every harvest. It just takes a little bit of extra time, because if you don't do it after every harvest, the amount of lime used is way more. So as much as I felt silly a couple of episodes ago when I was doing it, I feel a little less silly now, because if you do it more often, it takes a little while, but then you generally don't have to go over to the store as much to top up the lime. Okay, so our barley is emptied into the silo, and we have 98,732 litres. I think plus around, we had 13,000 in there, we put about 18,000 into the grain mill. So it's 5,000 extra there, and then we had about 15 extra for our pigs and our chickens. So 118,000 roughly, 115, 120,000. Now, are we wide enough here? I think we could do with going a bit wider, really, couldn't we? Yeah, we're not quite wide enough, so... Okay, so we're back over at the field with our baler and our upgraded, repainted, looking really good windrower. So let's see how many bales we get from this harvest. I will reset the bale counter, so if we do Alt X, let's see how many bales we get. Okay, so we're almost done windrowing and baling the straw, and I'm questioning whether I made the right decision in upgrading the windrower. As you can see, quite a lot of the straw was missed because the swaths were too big for the baler to scoop up, so I'm not sure if I've made the right decision here. If I haven't, I have essentially just wasted 20,000 euros. Of course, I can't sell the upgrade. I can only sell the windrower as a whole. I can, of course, switch it back to the 12-meter one. I'll see how it performs with the grass, and if I get a similar result, I may just have to switch it back and swallow that loss, because if I want to scoop up the rest of this straw now, I'm going to have to start doing double passes on the field, which isn't really ideal. I got the upgrade so I could save a little more time, but if I'm having to go over the field multiple times, I'm not saving any time at all. So we'll see how it behaves with the grass and then make a decision on that. I'm going to just do this last piece here. Should get us another bale, and then we can see exactly how many bales we got. Are we going to get another bale out of this? I'm not sure, actually. I will go around and scoop up the straggly pieces until we do get one more bale. It's going to be pretty close, but not quite there, I think. Oh no, we got the extra bale. Good. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to go over the rest of the field and grab the straggly pieces as much as I want to. It's just going to take too much time. So let's switch off the baler. And how many did we get? Oh, only 50 bales. I'm surprised. I thought we would have got more than that for some reason. I was thinking that we would get around 60 to 70, but I'm okay with 50. There's a few less to process in the pellet warehouse. Let's take a look. How much do these weigh? Oh, they only weigh 400 kilos. A small tractor probably could handle it, but I'll switch out the small and big tractor. The small tractor can go over to the farm and wrap some grass into silage. Okay, so we're done collecting the bales off the fields, 50 in total, and as you probably saw, the stacker couldn't unload them properly in the warehouse and they are all over the place, so we're going to have to take care of those when we feed them to the bale pulverizer. We'll probably take a look at doing that next month in July, because as I mentioned, I think July is going to be a little bit of a quieter month for us before we harvest the sorghum in August. So let's get this last load reversed into here and stacked up. I'm trying to think where I should put this one. I don't want to put it in front of the hay bales because I might need to get them out before I get to it. Well, actually, I can put it in front of the hay bales. I can just make sure I feed these stacks to the bale pulverizer first. Don't tell them I just said that though, because otherwise they will be all over the place when I come back tomorrow. They'll be in the rafters, outside, probably back in the fields. I know what these bales are like. Okay, we are finally wrapping bales, so let's go get another pile of them. I had 18 in the storage, so I think I will do 12, and then that leaves 6 for the sheep until we get our next lot of grass next month. So in fact, I'll get them all out. And then, yeah, so 12 for silage and 3 each for the sheep barns. So let's do the sheep barns first. I'll do this, I'll put it on a time lapse and I'll come back to you once all the bales are wrapped. And then there's one final thing we need to take a look at this month, and that is the products that we usually sell in July. We'll see if they've reached their premium price, and if they have, we'll get them sold off. So we have given our sheep some extra bales of grass, and then we've wrapped the remainder into silage, and now we can check the prices of some of our potato products to see what, if anything, we're able to sell this month. And what do we have here? So potato pancakes. They're July. They're not at a good price just yet. And then what else do we have in July? I think it's potato salad, isn't it? Yeah, they're not. I think they're both going to have to wait until July because they're too far off the top. And as I mentioned, we don't have too much to do in July, so we can wait until then to sell them. What I will take a look at though is how much we have in terms of output storage. So we are producing absolutely tons of potato products here, so we can unload this and sell them next month. What was it? It was the potato salad and the potato pancakes next month, so we're going to have a good amount extra in addition to what's already in our storage. Ah yes, we should get rid of the french fries so we can get those over to the city of Epinal. Alright, let's grab our, what should we do, the small tractor. We have 19 pallets plus whatever's in the potato processing, so we should probably get the big trailer out for this, and we'll need the big trailer next month as well. So I will get all of the french fries loaded up from both potato processing and our storage, and I will see you over at the sell point. Okay, so we're loaded up with french fries. We have 15,400 litres in total. So where are we taking them? I think it was over to the city of Epinal, but let's do a quick check. So 3178 or 3161 at the farmer wholesale. It's probably not worth taking them over to the city of Epinal. We'll get 15 times 16. Yeah, it's like an extra $300. So we'll just take them over to the farmer wholesale. Then what we'll do is get the rest of the potato processing unloaded, get it put into storage, and then we'll get everything out of the storage ready to sell next month. So that will be our potato pancakes and potato salad, and then we'll load it up and it'll be ready to go first thing in July. We're over at the farmer wholesale. Let's see how much we're going to get for these french fries. So 15,000 litres at 3,100. That's about 46 to 50,000 in total here. It's going to be probably in two stages. So 48 plus 6, so 54,000. That's not bad. I'm not sure, because of the two purchases we made, I'm not sure if we're actually going to have enough come next month to get the cow barn and the cows. So we may have to wait a few months longer. But that's okay, because the silage won't be ready until September anyway, so we don't want to be having cows without the proper food. Okay, so we've finally emptied the potato processing, and we were on the verge of tipping the trailer over, so let's not do that. I've also set all of the potato processing outputs to distributing, because I would like to not have to keep transferring them to the storage warehouse. I think we have enough capacity within the potato processing to be able to store everything, so I've put it onto distributing, and then when the different products come around to their premium sell price, I can set them to storing, and that should put them at the output of the potato storage. So hopefully this is the last load that we're going to have to actually unload into our warehouse. Okay, so our trailer is loaded with all of the potato soup we have and all of the potato pancakes. So let's see how much we have. So we've got 18,200 litres of potato soup and 8,400 litres of potato pancakes. That is going to be probably around 150 to 160,000. Now, it might just be enough to get our cow barn without the cows. We will have to see. We might have a little bit more by the time July comes around. So we will take a look at that. We'll check our potato processing and scavenge everything we have in there to add to the trailer. But that'll have to wait until next month. I think this is a great place to leave this episode. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying following along. If you are, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. until then, bye for now.